Hey everybody, it's Jason Blaha here, and it's time for another full body workout. And started back squatting again today. Now, a lot of people can be like, well, that's ridiculously light. Yes, it is. And my lower back, my spinal erector, it's been hurting all week now, even though I went 3 days completely pain free. Starting on Monday, it started having some issues again. And I decided I'm going to go ahead and squat because we're going to go ahead and load it up. But we're just going to be very conservative, and I'm going to build up, even if it's just 5-10 pounds at a time. I'm going to continue to do the other things I was doing to rehab that, and hopefully we'll get back to where it was, to where it had felt completely better until those front squats made it sore again. Now, the upside to this, even though I could feel that tension in my spinal erectors, or mainly it's just that right side. It's only the right side now. Remember, we had the pull on the left side. Then that was completely better than the right side started hurting after starting to do all these lifts again. So we're just going to build it back up slowly. I'm going to continue to rehab it, and we're just going to squat light and just add weight over time. I'll just do slow linear progression, starting with noob weights, right? Start with noob weights, and that's fine. Muscle memory will kick in. I still feel this in my quads, though, a little bit, so it's not like they're not working. It's just that this is nowhere near the loads that my legs are capable of lifting. Even for these work sets, I should be going over 100 pounds heavier, even for sets of 5. And we're just going to slowly work on building that range of motion and getting the depth that I can get to without any posterior pelvic tilt happening. And that's going to sometimes be right at the bleeding edge of parallel. But I have to accept that. I've got to rebuild all these things. I've got to work on mobility. And I've got to be able to do all of this with my lower back set in a correct position and my upper back. And I think at least people will argue now the lack of hip drive happening, the lack of thoracic rounding happening. We're going to rebuild the squat. And you know what? I'm going to get back to 500. I'm going to get back to 500, even after my cut. But it's going to have to be careful. It's going to have to be with perfect form. I'm going to have to pay attention to these things. I'm in my 40s, right? We've got to watch things like our lower backs. We have to pay attention to these things. But that doesn't mean that we quit. It doesn't mean that we stop striving for excellence, right? You know, yeah, it's going to be a lot of work. It's going to take me some serious time, especially cutting still, especially if I go under 200 pounds, getting back to a 500 squat. But you know what? It's a worthy goal. And I've just got to be careful and put in the work. It's going to happen. Weighted dips went great today, though. I went ahead and bumped it another 10 pounds, did my sets of 5. This was a reasonably challenging weight for sets of 5. First set, not so much, but I definitely, by the second and third set, yeah, I could tell that I'm working with the appropriate weight. Now, there's going to be some adjustments to my routine coming up next week. So I'll probably put the video up tomorrow. I made the video a week ago discussing what I'm going to do with that. I'll put it up tomorrow so that you guys will get an idea of what's going on easing into next week. I'll try to remember to put it up tomorrow at the informatives. But this was a nice solid weight to work with, right? This was good. 100 pounds. So this is basically with my body weight added is like 315. That's decent for sets of 5. Now we want to get that up, right? We want to be working with 135 for sets of 5. And with weight loss, that'll happen though. I mean, down at 200 pounds, that'll be 335 for sets of that. And when we go under 200, we might need to go higher than that. But I think that's what we're reaching towards as the scale goes down to get to 3 plates for my work sets for sets of 5. I like to do a 5x5 with that. I think that'll be good. So I'm going to keep working towards it. But the dips took a lot out of my pull-ups today. Like my shoulders, really. Because, you know, there's a lot of anterior deltoid involved with this, and I feel like my shoulders were just so fatigued when I was doing pull-ups. I had to drop the weight down. Like you guys will see when I get to them. I used that 55 for the first set. Those 4 reps, that was a straight up 4 rep max. That was none of this, oh, I got another set in the tank. Man, that was all I had. So I dropped down to a 45, right? And cranked out a couple sets of 5. And I'm probably going to drop down to 45 for my work sets on pull-ups, especially when I go over to 5x5, because we need room to grow, guys. We do need to be able to progress. So if I up volume, we cut the weight a lot of these lifts, and then slowly work that volume up. All right, slowly work that volume up. And by that same token, because my delts were so fried from all of this, I decided not to do multiple sets of the press. I decided to just crank out an AMRAP with 135, which you guys will see I hit 12 reps. And I'm happy with that. I mean, a lot of people would say, oh, you should be doing at least 15. Yeah, probably if I was fresh. After 3 heavy sets of dips and 3 heavy sets of pull-ups, my shoulders and triceps and everything are a little fatigued. I'm not going to lie. Didn't have a lot left in them. So that 12 reps was hard. It's hard. But yeah, this last set of dips, this is a good weight to work with because I definitely felt everything on this one. Like I could tell the fatigue. My chest, it was all of the chest too, upper chest, lower chest. Felt my delts, my triceps. Everything was lit up after that. So again, that's a nice solid amount of weight. Doing 100 pounds there. Yeah, I felt like it's a good working weight. Like I felt like I got a lot out of that, like a good solid training effect. To the point to where the pull-ups were just dead. But the pull-ups are probably going to do better because I think what I'm going to do on my pull days, I'm going to do my 5 sets of pull-ups before I deadlift. All right, so we're going to do pull-ups and then deadlifts. And so since I'll be fresh, it'll be the first exercise in my rotation. They might go pretty good, actually. It might go pretty good. So we're going to have a pretty high priority on dips and pull-ups because those are my serious mass builders. And the press is going to get enough volume between the dips helping, just the press getting like 10 sets of press every week. I think that's going to be enough. It's not necessarily needing to specialize in it anymore. I just need to progress on it. And the dips will help with it. And it'll have a good break before I get to it each workout. In other words, if what I'm going to do on my push days is probably going to be dips, then squats, then press, right? And since I'm not front squatting, the press isn't going to suffer as much from that. So it'll be fatigue from the dips, but I'll have a whole other exercise between it. It'll be squats that has no real upper body involvement, unlike when I do them right behind the pull-ups. So it'll balance out a little more. And that's kind of the thing with all of it. It's getting sufficient workload on all these lifts every week because I'm going to be doing 7 basic exercises. And you guys will see I break it down for you guys. But yeah, the pull-ups were tough after the dips today. And that's been happening though for a week though. Since we added the dips in, like pull-ups have been really difficult right after weighted dips. But, that's expected to happen sometimes. So much overlap of muscles. But we know that we're getting a lot of work done. I mean, it's not like I'm being fatigued with silly ass goof off exercises here. I mean, yeah, weighted dips make your upper body fatigued. Of course they do. But they work. They work, and that's the point. And yeah, I noticed, guys, everyone's like, you need a tan. I don't want a tan. I don't want cancer. And I'm not going to go find a place to spray tan and pay to travel to a spray tan place and pay to spray tan so that people can think I look better. I'm not going to make money off that. That's just wasting money. It's wasting money so I can be orange. Like, what in the hell is wrong with you people? I'm the pale orc, guys. Deal with it. Deal with it. Quit being racist. But the press, I went ahead and did an AMRAP. And then we did our Romanian deadlift. It's probably going to be my last Romanian deadlift workout. I feel like that hook grip is coming along nice. I feel like it's time to go ahead and rotate in conventional deadlifts back in. All right, so we're doing back squat again. We're going to slowly bring it up. Do the same thing with the conventional deadlift. Got to rebuild those lifts, guys. Only of the big 3 I'm not going to be doing for now is bench, and I've got the dips to replace that for now. And it's not going to matter. If I get strong at my dips and my press, I can go back and start benching at any point. Bench anytime I want. And the bench doesn't win or lose powerlifting meets anyways. It really doesn't. I mean, other than bench separate events and the bench record, I've beat guys in competition who outbenched me by 20, 22 kilos. I still took their medal. Why? Because it doesn't matter. It's the least important of the lifts. I'm not saying it doesn't matter, but let's be honest here. To your overall strength, it's not that big of a deal. I don't care. And like I said, the weighted dips and the press will carry over. I can build a 350 bench off those. So it is what it is, fellas. Yeah, finished off with the Romanian deadlifts. Again, mainly that hook grip work at this point. Yeah, my hook grip was fatiguing. That's why I quit. My lower back and everything wasn't done. But my hook grip is like, okay, that's enough of this. We've held on for a lot of reps. But that's what we want. We're going to need to build that up so that we can start deadlifting again. All right, guys, that's really all I have to say on that today. I hope it's been informative, and I will talk to you guys next time.